Finally, it told me I was live. Good Wednesday evening for those of you who are tuned in. Welcome to another edition of Conversations of a Sister here on our YouTube channel. I have really been experiencing some serious technical difficulties. Last week, I was locked out of my Google account, and tonight I went live. And because I had on live chat, uh, it wouldn't bring me on live. So I had to go back in, log back in again, cut off the live chat, and start all over again. So, welcome to Conversations of a Sisters. Last week's conversation was supposed to be about why sex sells. And it's a trip because that is the conversation that I introduced for the week. And then last week, I couldn't actually go through with the conversation. So, here we are this week. We're going to do a recap, why sex sells. I was going to go live on my IG channel. However, I just can't fathom being in two places at one time, meaning looking at this screen and then trying to look at that screen. So I am going to hopefully, talk about it here and then upload it to my IG channel later. Why sex sells? That's a question that I asked simply because I saw the leggings that Lizzo advertised that are coming out in her new clothing line. And when I read the story a couple of weeks ago, I was really bothered by it because, as I stated in my reel and in my conversation intros, was that these leggings are made with the ass out. And I found that quite disturbing because I'm like, who's going to wear that? When and where? And where is that going to be acceptable? Other than you walking around in it at home. When I pose the question on my different social media channels, I always do it, for feedback and to see what, others have to say with regards to a particular topic. And one young lady that we follow each other on IG, she made a very good point. She said, if those are worn in public by a young lady, suppose she's raped. Suppose, men are making advances at her that she don't wish to be, hollered on. But if you're going to wear something like that in public, assless leggings, it is almost like you are calling out the dogs, as they would say. It's like if you are showing it, then you are selling it. If you're selling it, then you're selling it. And these leggings are the asses out. And the young lady also posed the question, like, if Lizzo is going to sell something like that, what type of consequences is she willing to deal with that comes with selling that type of attire? I think it's going to be a situation as in buy at your own risk. That's no different than Rihanna a couple of months ago when she was pregnant. She came out in lingerie wear in public. She went to a fashion show. I can't remember whose fashion show it was, but she showed up pregnant in lingerie. She was basically in underwear and it looked like a bed jacket. But nevertheless, it was all see-through. I thought it was not only a bit shocking, but I also found it tacky. But what's even more disturbing is these people have platforms, and they have platforms that young women follow. And a lot of our young women today, they think things like that is cute. And some of them are starting to accept it as if it's the norm. And it is not the norm. I feel sorry for parents today who have to raise their children in a society such as this, wherein they're selling assless leggings and lingerie to wear in public, and they're going to think it's okay simply because these different artists have these fashion lines and these wears that they think it's okay to wear. And for me, it is not. I found it very disturbing because it's almost as if you're walking out in public with no bottoms on. So that's why I raised the question And I posed the question, why does sex sell? Because in my opinion, that's what they're doing. They're selling sex. Yeah, in the process of this, I have to enjoy my mint tea. And another instance wherein a singer or an artist entertainer was selling sex is J-Lo. A couple of months ago, I think it was right before she got married, she introduced her butter booty body butter, body booty butter booty body, whatever it is. It was something to enhance, again, your ass. I guess that's the thing now. I think that women feel as though their booties are their assets because that's what they're selling. But nevertheless, in order to promote Jennifer Lopez, her better booty body butter, she came out with a big billboard wherein she was naked. She was literally naked on the billboard. It was done tastefully as she posed, wherein she was able to hide her breasts as well as her vajayjay. However, much was left to the imagination. Because when I saw the ad, I was thinking to myself, wow, she really want to sell this booty body butter because she's coming out in a life-size ad in the nude. She's in the nude. As I stated, she posed with her breast covered and her vagina covered. However, she was still basically in the nude, all to advertise her booty body butter or butter booty butt, whatever it is, her body butter to enhance your booty. So her ad was just, I'm going to come out naked because I'm promoting a body butter. So again, that's selling sex. And what better way to do it is through your platform. Why not sell what you sell through your platform? And I guess they feel as though, I have to use what my mama gave me. But at what point is it realized that you're going to have young women mimicking what is done? In J-Lo's case, I was shocked because she has a young daughter. She also has young stepdaughters. So I'm wondering, what type of example is she setting for these young women? Will it be okay if they decide to do it later on? And Lizzo was just young. And she feels as though, I have a couple of pounds on me. I'm thick and I'm proud. But you could be thick and you could be proud with your clothes on. As I stated when I wrote last week's write-up on my blog, I talked about, when I was coming up, my idol was Diana Ross. I loved Diana Ross. But I think the one thing that I liked about Diana Ross is that Diana Ross had class. No matter what, you were going to see her in a fitted gown or a fitted sequence jumpsuit. But she had class. And when her movie came out, Mahogany, which was like a huge success, I mean, it had to be off of me alone because I had to see the movie over 1,000,000 times. But when she came out with Mahogany in 1975, she also came out with a makeup line under that same name. And I think that every Black woman in America was wearing Mahogany. But when Diana Ross marketed Mahogany, she did so in her clothes. And it was a huge success. So I think that the tip is you can be classy without being all out assy. But these young women today, they seem to find that it should be the norm, that you're half naked simply because you need to sell a product. But I think you can sell a product by getting naked or without being naked. That brings me to my girl, Shamika Michelle, who's also a fellow author. Her title is Keep It Naked. And not that I'm trying to give a free advertisement. I'm trying to make a point. When she did her cover, I think, holding the book, and she was naked. Now, mind you, you didn't see anything. But I think the point was we're going to keep it naked, because when you keep it naked, you're stripping down to the bare minimal or nothing at all, because you're going naked. But these young women today who have platforms and that are selling assless leggings, you need to know, or they should know, that they are setting an example. And I guess, as one person stated on my IG page, it's all for attention, because bad attention is better than no attention at all. So, yeah, in the social media universe, there are those who like to seek attention. We have women who walk around in bathing suits. We have women who pose half naked. We have women on social media who love to take pictures showing their ass. That's the first thing you see. We have women wearing hugless or hugging clothes that hug in order to show every inch, every ounce of their shape. All of that is selling sex in one way or another. But I think that a lot of things that are happening today would shock our grandmothers, because they would be like, you got to be kidding. You were talked about, as I stated in one of my reels, if you didn't wear a girdle. If your ass jiggled, you were talked about. And you were not only talked about, but you were pulled to the side, and you were taught how to dress so that nothing jiggled, because it wasn't proper. It wasn't proper to just let everything hang out. That just wasn't proper. That's why I love to watch these old shows. In the morning, I like to watch Leave It to Beaver and Bewitched and I Love Lucy, the actresses, and those times where those women, they were classy. They were dressed in dresses and suits and pearls and jackets, and they were not seen in jeans and some of the things that women wear today. I mean, we've come a long way as women, yes. But I think that the one thing to always do is to always keep it classy. Now, don't get me wrong, to each his own. There are just going to be some women who just got to flaunt it. They just want to sell it. They just want to let it all hang out, because those are attention whores, as we would say. So we would just want it all to just hang out. Some of us don't want to leave anything to the imagination. And then the minute a man come at you or reach out to you like you're a whore, oh my God, we're so offended. But why get offended when that's how you present yourself? Why get offended when that's what you represent? I mean, your presentation is when you walk in the room. And what you're wearing is what is going to be shown. And that is what's going to be seen. So you decide how you want to represent yourself. Do you want to be classy, or do you want to be all assy? You decide on what type of attention you would want to bring to yourself. You decide. We are those decision makers. As I always said, life is a window, but we control the shade. So what do you want to bear? There's also a commercial that comes on. I think it comes on, I don't know if it comes on late at night or early in the morning. I don't know. I've never really paid attention, but they're advertising this lotion, and it's called Lumi. And this lotion, you actually put it in the crack of your ass. And when she says, let me demonstrate, she goes, oh, nope, I'm only kidding. She goes, but you put 2 handfuls or whatever on the palm of your hands. She goes, and you rub it like this. And she said, do that. You won't need to shower for a week. And when I first heard that commercial, I was like, what? So they're now coming out with a lotion that you put on your ass or near the crack of your ass, and you won't smell or have to shower for a week. So when I saw that commercial, I had to pull a TK Kirkland. Who raised you? Who is going to wear or who's going to apply a cream on the ass and you don't have to shower for, like, who does that? Who would actually do that? But this is what they're advertising. No, she didn't give us a demonstration, but by going like that, you kind of get the gist of what she's talking about. So even the commercials have gotten bold. Even the commercials have gotten common. But in the midst of all these things that's being slightly introduced into the media, what will you maintain? Will you maintain your class? Will you maintain your dignity? Will you even maintain your integrity? Because some things are classless. And class is not something that grows upon you. You either have it or you don't. You were either raised with it or you were not. You are either proper or you're tacky. It can't be both, but it's definitely one or the other. So, which one are you? And I always knew that Lizzo was an attention seeker, from her bathing suit attire and how she dresses on the beach, and she lets everything hangs out, and she seems to think it's cute. There's nothing wrong with knowing your self-worth, but knowing your self-worth and keeping it classy are two different things, because you can be confident with your clothes on instead of being confident less with your clothes off, because it's all about your self-esteem. And if you have low self-esteem, you're going to always seek attention. And if you know that dressing half naked and being half naked is going to seek attention, then that's what you're going to do. My last point, there was a young lady who, I don't know, I think she sent me a picture on IG, but it was of a girl who actually redesigned a pair of jeans. And she cut up the side of the legs, so all of her thigh part was out. She cut up the middle, so all of the front part was all out. She cut out the pockets, so the only thing that was covering the cheeks on her booty was the pockets of these jeans, but everything else was cut out. I had no words for that, because I'm like, what is there to be said? She wanted to make a statement. So the statement is, here I am. It looks like I've had my ass enhanced. So I have to show it off because I actually paid for it. Women don't really get in the gym anymore. Women don't want to work out anymore. They want their tummies and their waists snatched, and they want their booties to be injected so that they can have these microwave shapes. I think it's pathetic in 2022. It's like, what is happening to the women in 2022? Because if my grandmother came back, she would be shocked at what she saw. She would probably be appalled by Skims, because that was just her. It had to pull you in, but not expose you. So, does sex sell? Yeah. I guess it's going to depend on what you're selling. So if you're not selling it, don't expose it. because we don't need to see it. I thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you. And join me for next week's conversation. Until then, be well and peace.